Hello, I'm Jackie Barrie and I am here today for the Mutual Admiration Society. It's me with Shelle Rose Charvet, who is the author of a best-selling book, Words That Change Minds. And look, I've got edition 2, so I've had this a long time before I even met the woman. And now I have got proudly the latest version, which is the 3rd edition. And it's something I refer to regularly. And I was amazed and flattered and honoured when, in return, Shelle was a fan of my book, The Experiential Speaking, Icebreakers, Energizers and Games that assume everybody's in the same place at the same time. And we met in Canada when I presented some of those exercises to a group of speakers there. And we are now discussing, among other things, my new book, which is Unboring, Ideas and Activities for Effective Online and Hybrid Events. Hello, Shelle.
Hello, Jackie. Yes, I admire you greatly. And in fact, I think the title of your second book is brilliant. And we can explore why, from the point of view of language while we're here.
Now, why is Unboring such a good title?
Well, that is our deepest fear when we're trying to present to people. If we're worried at all, are we boring? And you know what? A lot of people are boring. It's a problem. Now, the other thing is that when you have a small screen, it's even harder to get people's attention. In fact, I figure that every 5 to 15 seconds, your audience, whether they're in person or online, is trying to decide, are you more interesting or what's going on my phone? Is that more interesting? So you've got this competition to do. And so I think you've hit the deepest fear, but you've done it in a very clever way. You see, if the title of your products or the name of your products blames the buyer or the receiver in any way for being the cause of the problem, they're less likely to buy. So the risk with a name like Unboring is that the person feels that they're being blamed for being boring. But in your case, it isn't like that. Just to give you a side example to illustrate my point, is that, when I'm working with organizations to improve how they deal with their customers, the title of the program is never, your people suck at dealing with customers. No one buys that program. We blame someone else. We say dealing with difficult customers. And that's an easier sell. So if people have to admit they're guilty of something or not great at something in a way that's their fault, they're less likely to buy. But Unboring kind of bypasses that and goes to a deep fear, but it's not a blaming kind of title. Does you know what that means? So it's very subtle what you've done there, because nobody wants to be boring, and we're all afraid that maybe we are.
And sadly, too many online events are boring, and
Oh
that's
my
the
God, I just
reputation
want
that
to.
they have.
I want to. This is a Canadian expression, and I want to gnaw my arm off just to get out of there, and I'll look for almost anything else I can be doing while pretending to listen. Yeah.
Well, it came from a conversation I had with Laurie Guest, CSP, and she and I were discussing book titles, and she came out with the phrase, teams are complaining that the online events they're being forced to attend while working from home are boring. And that's when the word popped into my head. And when I looked it up, it is a real word, and it does mean what you think
great.
it means.
Super, that's great. And and it's really is an idea that is taking shape in people's minds. And I don't think it's a done deal as to what it's meaning yet. So I'm glad you grabbed the word, because now you've created all kinds of things to put in it. And as a language person, I just love to see when this happens. So good on you, Jackie. Yeah.